Welcome students, get ready to solve May-June 5054 paper 1 variant 1 of 2025 paper with TPS. So in this paper that is of May-June 2025 5054 variant 1 paper 1 we have 40 questions and we have to use the value of G that is going to be 9.8 Newton per kilogram. So in this paper, the very first question is which quantity has both magnitude and direction, and is it a scalar quantity or a vector quantity? We have to tell about the quantity which is having both magnitude as well as direction. And we have to tell is it a scalar quantity or a vector quantity. So beta, if you see quantity with magnitude and direction, that is weight. Mass is a quantity which has no direction. Mass की कोई direction नहीं है हमारे पास. Weight is having a direction and magnitude as well. It acts in the downward direction. So from C or D we are going to have a option. So weight is a vector quantity. So D is correct because it is having magnitude and direction. So it is vector quantity. Question number 2. The speed time graph shows part of journey of a bicycle for a time of 10 seconds. You can see that here time axis is given and it is for 10 seconds. Bicycle journey of a bicycle for 10 seconds. On vertical axis we are having speed. What is the distance that bicycle travels in the 10 seconds? So whenever we are given with speed time graph, if you find the area under the graph, you get distance. बेटा if speed time graph is given, याद रखें जब भी आप उसका area under the graph find करेंगे, you will be getting distance. Now this is a shape of trapezium. It is a shape of trapezium. So what you can do, you have to use the formula of area of trapezium, that is 1 over 2 sum of parallel sides. Sum of parallel sides multiplied by height. What is parallel here? This side and this side. These two sides are parallel. Vertical sides are parallel and this will be the height. Time will be here height. तो बेटे ये दो साइड्स आपके पास क्या है? पैरेलल टू ईच अदर और ये जो टाइम वाला एक्सेस है ये क्या है? हाइट की फॉर्म में है. So 1 over 2, this is 1 and this is going to be 4. So 1 plus 4 height is, which is time, that is 10. So 2 with 1, 2 with 5. So 5 multiplied by 5, it comes out 25 meter. So B is the right option here. One other way is, instead of trapezium, if you are not good in mathematics, you can break this shape into rectangle. This is rectangle plus this is triangle. So you can even find the area of these two shapes and then add them. Question number 3. Which statement explains why a heavy coin that falls to a short distance towards the ground does not reach terminal velocity? Terminal velocity is when weight becomes equal to air resistance and resultant force becomes zero, acceleration becomes zero, and velocity becomes steady, means constant. So when the object is fall, the coin which is thrown very close to the earth, distance is very short. The question is saying coin does not reach the terminal velocity. So A option is the coin has not hit the ground. No, it is not right. The weight of the coin equals the air resistance. No, if it happens, then these conditions are meeting. The weight of the coin increases as the air resistance increases. No, weight always remains stationary. The weight of the coin is always more than the air resistance. Yes. Because this distance is very small. Distance is short. So actually weight is greater than resistance. So D is right. Here beta you have to tell that why terminal velocity is not reached. Means कि terminal velocity अभी तक क्यों नहीं reach की जब distance बहुत कम था. Actually distance इतना थोड़ा था, weight is not equal to resistance. Weight और resistance आपस में equal नहीं हुए जिसकी वजह से ये conditions meet नहीं हुई. Now moving to question number 4, the diagram shows load extension graph. This is load and here we have extension. You can see the graph is bending towards extension after one point. So what is the name given to a point X on the graph? So this is a point till which linear graph is present, or you can say Hooke's law is obeyed. So this is a point of limit of proportionality, after which if this exceeds from this point, we are crossing the limit and it becomes permanently deformed. So B is right option here. Moving to question number 5, some students measure the masses and the volumes of differently sized samples of a type of wood. So masses and volumes of different sized samples. Which graph shows their results? Okay, you can see mass is on vertical axis, volume is on horizontal axis. If we find the gradient of this graph, gradient of this graph, even gradient of this graph, we will be getting density. Density is equal to mass over volume. So it is not possible that volume is zero when mass is greater than zero. This is not possible. Here volume is zero and mass is of the wood is present. So this is wrong, totally wrong. And here it is possible that when volume is zero, mass is zero, and as volume is increasing, mass is increasing, you will be getting density. This is also not possible. And here you are getting negative density, which is not possible. So B is the right here answer. What is happening? Student measure कर रहा है कुछ masses और volume of differently sized samples of a type of wood. तो यहाँ पर ग्राफ में जब वॉल्यूम जीरो है दे आर सेइंग मैस इज नॉट जीरो, जो कि गलत है. और यहाँ पर पॉसिबल है व्हेन वॉल्यूम इज जीरो मैस भी जीरो हो हमारे पास, और यहाँ पर ग्रेडियंट फाइंड करेंगे तो नेगेटिव डेंसिटी आ रही है, क्योंकि ये रिलेशन आप देख सकते हो. अगर हम इस ग्राफ का ग्रेडियंट फाइंड करें, इफ वी फाइंड ग्रेडियंट वी आर गेटिंग डेंसिटी. So moving to question number 6, the diagram shows a section of a roller coaster ride that is a circle arranged vertically. The truck is moving at constant speed. Which arrow shows the direction of resultant force acting on the truck? So remember, whenever there is a circular motion, resultant force, resultant force act towards the center, towards the center. Remember this point. And this resultant force is actually centripetal force. This is centripetal force. So here only this force is acting towards the center. So D is right here. This is very straightforward question. And also remember, acceleration is also in the direction of force. Acceleration is also in the direction of force. So moving to question number 7, what is a what is a unit for momentum? So it is kilogram meter per second. This is A option, very straightforward question because momentum is equal to mv. So mass is in kilogram, speed is in meter per second. Question number 8, in a safety test, a car collides with a concrete block. The impulse exerted by the block on the car is given. Impulse is I, which is equal to force multiplied by time. Even you can say impulse is equal to change in momentum as well. The collision with block lasts for 70 milliseconds. Students do mistake that they forget about milli. What is the force exerted on the car? So we are going to use this thing. So 14,000 is equal to force times time, that is 70 times 10 raised to power minus 3. 10 raised to power minus 3. So when you solve it, 14,000 divided by 70 times 10 power minus 3. So 7 with 1 z this, and it will be 200. So it becomes 200,000 Newton. C is right option here. So moving to question 9. An object pulled along horizontal ground accelerate to the right. Accelerating to the right here. The diagram shows the directions of the forces acting on the object. Contact force and weight. So it is moving horizontally as it is mentioned. So this force and this force is same. Balanced forces. They are cancelled out, opposite in direction. ये opposite है direction में, they are going to cancel out horizontally जो move कर रहा है. Which force is multiplied by the distance moved to calculate the work done to increase the kinetic energy stored? Okay, we have to tell which force is going to be multiplied by distance. So we are given forces. By the way, this is not possible. It is moving to right. Moving to right means accelerating to right, accelerate to right. So distance is covered in this direction. Force should also be in this direction. So pulling forces. C is the right option here. Because work is equal to force multiplied by distance. Question number 10. The mass of object P is greater than the mass of object Q. So mass of P is greater than mass of Q. The object contain different amounts of matter and have a different resistance to change of motion. Okay, greater the mass, remember statement of inertia, greater the mass, more it will resist to change its motion. Okay, so greater resistance will be of greater mass. P is having greater mass. So greater amount of matter is going to be in mass of object P, which is having greater mass. So greater resistance will to change of motion is seen by P according to the statement of inertia. So you have to remember this. Moving to question 11. A builder leaves two identical means same, heavy stone tiles resting on soft earth. One is vertical and the other is horizontal. This is vertical standing position and this is horizontal. Two tiles are there. After few hours, the vertical tile has started to sink into the soft earth. The horizontal one has not started to sink. Sink means going inside. नीचे बैठ जाना बेटे, डूब जाना, ठीक है, sink. Which row correctly compares the forces and pressure that tiles exert on the earth? You know pressure is equal to force over area. Less the area, greater the pressure. If area is greater, pressure will be less. So here only this much area is in contact, so pressure is greater here. And here more area is in contact, so less pressure here. On horizontal tile, pressure is less. On vertical tile, pressure is greater. By the way, force remains constant. So we are going to have same force, but pressure is going to be different. So C is right here. C is right that force will remain same. Pressure differs because here it is greater, here it is lower. Four beakers contain the same liquid. At which point is the pressure the greatest? So P is equal to rho GH. This is constant, gravity 9.81. Density is same because same material or same liquid here. So now pressure is depending on depth, height, directly dependent on height. So you can see here height is 0. Here the height is this much. Here the height is too much. Here the height is again smaller. So C is best because height is greater. So greater the height, greater the pressure. Moving to question 13. The strength of the forces between the particles of a solid determines how much the solid expands when heated. So remember, stronger the force of attraction, stronger the force of attraction, less expansion occurs. Less expansion occurs. So gases have gap between them and least force of attraction, so they expand more. Gases expand more than liquid and solid. So the forces are strong, weak. These options are not included because forces are weak, so solid, no, this is not possible. Forces are strong, so solid expand less than liquid and gas. You can compare this thing as well. These forces are strong, so solid expand more. No, not more. It is going to expand less, so A is right. Because in solid, gap between molecules is also less. Gap between molecules is also less. So not possible to expand. Question number 14. Air is heated in a sealed container with constant volume. Volume is constant. Volume is not changing. Volume is not changing. Why does the air pressure increase when temperature increases? When temperature increases, what happens? Collision increases. If collision increases, kinetic energy increases. So air molecules expand. No, the air molecules bounce off each other more frequently. Yeah, possible. But when it is going to possible, when air molecules bounce off the walls more frequently. This is a container. Here we have molecules. This molecule go and hit with the wall, then it come back. Might be it hit with another molecule. So C is right here. Number of air molecule increases not possible. Okay, for question 15, student determines specific heat capacity of a metal by carrying out an experiment. You know, specific heat capacity is equal to energy, thermal energy divided by mass times delta theta, that is temperature. This is temperature and this is mass. So the list shows the apparatus that the student has available. Okay, electronic balance, it is used to measure mass. Ruler, it is used to measure distance. Thermometer is possible to measure temperature. Then heater operating at power this. Yes, power is required to find. Stopwatch is going to be used for time. So I think these three are also important. Ammeter and voltmeter, I think it is not required because power and time will be used because power is equal to energy over time. Energy is equal to PT. So we can find this energy. So which operators does the student use? 1, 3, 4, 5. It is A. 1, 3, 4, 5. Hope so this is clear. Moving to question 16. When a liquid evaporates, molecules escape from its surface. Which molecules escape and what happened to the average kinetic energy of the molecules remaining in the liquid? Molecules remaining in the liquid, what happened to their kinetic energy? Okay, suppose this is a beaker having a water in it, so molecule starts escaping from here. Which molecules escape? Having a greater temperature, or you can say having greater kinetic energy. So one thing. And what about other molecules which are present now, which are still there? What happens? Their temperature is less, temperature is less, or you can say kinetic energy is less. So here kinetic energy and temperature is greater. Where? At this top of the surface. So less energetic molecules escape. No, less energetic molecules escape. Not possible. More energetic molecules escape and the average kinetic energy decreases. Yes, possible. C is right. The more energetic molecules escape and average kinetic energy decreases. No, only C is right. That more energetic means having more kinetic energy, they will escape, and the average kinetic energy of the remaining decreases. Remaining molecules. So moving to question number 17. A sample of water in a beaker is at temperature T. The surface area of the water is A. Okay, temperature is T. Water in a beaker is at temperature T. Surface area of the water is A. And an electric fan blows air across the top of the beaker at speed this V. For which values of T, A, and V does the water evaporate most rapidly? So we know conditions that temperature should be greater, area should be greater, and speed of molecules should be greater for evaporation. You must know about the concept of evaporation. So temperature is 38, area is 70 centimeters square, speed is 5, so C is the most suitable here. Question number 18. The thermal energy passes quickly from hot region of matter to cold region of the metal. So this is the statement of transfer of thermal energy. Transfer of thermal energy. You have to remember this. Why are metals good conductors of thermal energy? Metals have free electrons. One thing, free electrons hit the particles to increase vibration, due to which temperature can be easily quickly transferred to the cold end. So electron in the metal vibrate about fixed position. No, electrons are free to move. Electrons move quickly from ions in hot region to ions in the cold region. Yes. Possible. Protons, no, protons are not included. Small ions of metal move quickly from hot to cold region through spaces in the small ions. We can't say B is best. So 19, the diagram shows light striking a plane mirror and reflecting. Here we have a plane mirror and you can see light is incident and then it reflects. Here we have normal is also there, a line perpendicular to the plane. What is the angle of incidence? Angle of incidence is this one, angle between incident ray and the normal, so B is right option. Moving to question 20, very important question, and it comes uh, 2 to 3 times before this paper. So you can see a shoe shop puts a mirror on the wall. Okay, here we have mirror so that the customer can look at their shoes. The length of the mirror is 50 centimeter. This is the mirror having a 50 centimeter length. Customer has eyes 150 centimeter above. You can see somewhere at this level above the ground level. The bottom of the mirror is at height h above the ground. So this is the height from the bottom. this one. So the what is the smallest value of age that allows the customer to see an image of his shoes in the mirror? Okay, at this case, at the point, at this situation, normally the scenario is somehow like this, that reflection is occurring from the shoes. It is going to be somehow in the middle. It is happening somehow like this. It is happening somehow like this. And from here again, I am using very thick line, by the way. It should be sharp. So somewhere here. So this is the center. If I make the center here, this is the center, and I have to redraw this lines. This is the center. So I use this thick, so it will be here. Then it is going to come from eyes to this point. So this is the normal here. So till this, it is a having height of 75 centimeters. So this is the last point, this one. Okay, still it is having little mistake. Let me draw it again. It will come from here like this. Yeah, now it is appropriate till here, and then from the eyes till this. Yeah, now it is much better. And here we will be having the normal. So this is a point where image is formed. If I shift this mirror down, little down, means I bring this mirror somewhere here. I'm going to make it with red, like this. Means this is the last point where image is formed. This is the last point where image can form. So the total length of the mirror is 50 and this distance is 75. So if you subtract 75 from this 50, you will be getting this height, that will be 25 centimeters. Actually, we have to see where customer can see image, but the height of the mirror from the bottom should be least. So it is B. बेटा हो क्या रहा है इसमें कि हमने लीस्ट हाइट पर इसे सेट करना है और हमने ऐसे सेट करना है कि ये नीचे भी मिरर को ले आए तो स्टिल द कस्टमर कैन सी द इमेज, तो वो यहाँ एज पर बनेगी जो कि कोई कहने कि इसका सेंटर ऑफ दिस बन रहा है 150. So moving to question 21, which description of a dull black surface is correct? Dull black. So dull black, remember before this, good absorber is good emitter as well. Good absorber is good emitter as well. But it is a poor reflector. Remember, poor reflector of radiation. So here saying good emitter, good absorber, good reflector. No, good reflector is not possible. Good emitter, poor absorber is not possible. Good emitter, good absorber, poor reflector. Yeah, C is right. So this is the description for dull black surface. So moving to question number 22. This is also an old question. Ray box is emitting some rays. The rays of light from ray box pass through three lenses placed at position 1, 2, and 3. These are the position of the lenses. Lenses and lenses. Which type of lens is used at each position? Means which lens is here, which lens is here, and which lens is here. So you can see light is going, ray is going here. Now, instead of passing straight, it is bending, means converging here, bending towards this point. Because ray which passes from the center of the lens, it goes straight, it never bends. So it is bending towards this, so it is a converging lens. You can see from here as well, it is going, instead of going straight or instead of going away, it is bending towards this side center. Same again, if you see, it is going, rather than going straight, it is bending, so it is also converging. Now ray is going and going, instead of going straight or bending towards this, it bends outwards. So here this thing is indicating that it is diverging lens. So B is no, yeah, B is right option here. 22B, converging lens, then converging lens, and then diverging lens, and this is shown by these rays. Moving to question 23. A swimming pool is lit by an underwater light. This is a light here. A ray of light is incident on the surface of the water. What is the path for the ray of light? So this is denser medium, and here we have less dense. So if I, this is a point of incidence, if I draw a normal here, ray will bend away from the normal like this, and this thing is not happening. Ray is bending towards the normal. So B is wrong. A is also not possible. So D is also not possible. So it means it is so dense that total internal reflection is occurring. So this is C. Total internal reflection is occurring due to denser medium. So C is right. Moving to question 24. When a converging lens is used as a magnifying glass, what is the nature of image? Nature of image means characteristics of image. Characteristics of image. So this is a simple question. You have to remember about this, about magnifying glass. So it will be virtual, upright, and it will be, you can say that is enlarged, magnified. So not real, virtual and inverted, not possible. So D is right, virtual and upright. Moving to question 25, a sound wave consists of compression and rarefaction. Which type of wave is sound? Okay, it is longitudinal wave. How does the pressure in rarefaction compares with pressure in compression? Okay, so type of wave, it is longitudinal. A or B is right, C and D are totally wrong. Pressure in rarefaction is smaller because less density of molecules. Pressure decreases. So A is right. Moving to question 26. What happened to a sound wave when the note heard gets louder? If it is louder, it means amplitude increases. It means greater amplitude. Amplitude is high. So its amplitude is I. Yeah, straight simple question. It's A. Frequency, no, 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 it is not possible. So question number 27. A good question. A pulse of ultrasound from a sensor is reflected back, okay, to the sensor by a crack. So crack is somewhere here. You can see it is labeled in a piece of metal and the bottom of the surface of the metal. So this is the bottom of the metal surface. So what is the statement actually? A pulse of ultrasound from a sensor is reflected back to the sensor by a crack and by the bottom surface. The reflection from the crack is received back at sensor 1 expo minus 5 second after the pulse is sent. The reflection from the bottom surface is received little later. This is the time after it is sent. The speed of the ultrasound of the in the metal is this. It is given. We have to find the distance between crack and the bottom. This distance we are interested to find. So, dear students, first of all, this is reflection. So, echo method we have to apply. And what is echo method? That is V is equal to 2D by T. Because wave is going, then it reflect back, so distance is covered double. Double distance is covered here. So we have to find here the distance for this crack. This is D1, and we have to find the distance from metal. This will be D2, and then we will be taking the difference. So I set this equation in this way: V multiplied by T divided by 2, which is equal to D1, you can say. So substitute the values. This is going to be the time for D1. So 5200 times 1 times 10 power minus 5 divided by 2, which is equal to D1. So D1 is equal to, let me calculate this. It will be 5200 divided by 2 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 5. So this is 0.026. This is the distance. Now we find distance 2 as well. This will be 2 is equal to 5200 multiplied by time, this one, 1.5 expo minus 5 divided by 2. If I solve this, 2600 multiplied by, no, here we have different time. 26, no, it will be 5200 multiplied by 1.5 divided by 2. So 3900 multiplied by 1 10 raised to power minus 5. 10 raised to power minus 5. So it is 0.039 meter. So we have to take the difference here. 0.039 minus 0.026, because we have to find the distance between these two. So if we find the difference 0.026, so it comes 0.013 meter. So A is option here. Question 27, it is A. Moving to next question, 28. A 12-volt battery is connected to a resistor of resistance 100 ohm. So voltage is given 12 volt, resistance is given 100 ohms. How much charge passes through the resistor? Charge we have to find, and time is given in minutes. So 30 minutes, we convert this into seconds. So it will become 30 times 60, which will be 1800 seconds. So we know I is equal to Q by T and Q is equal to IT. So what we need here, we need current. So we are given this voltage, we are given with resistance. So I is equal to V by R. So voltage is 12 divided by 100. It becomes 0.12 ampere. So Q is equal to 0.12 multiplied by 1800. If you multiply this, 0.12 multiplied by 1800, it becomes 216 coulombs. 216. So we are not having this exact option, but it is rounded value, which is approximately 220. So B is the answer here. Question number 29. A circuit consists of a resistor connected between the positive terminal and the negative terminal of a power supply. Actually, what is happening here? This is positive terminal, negative terminal, and here we have a resistor. This thing is happening. Positive, negative. This is a power supply. Which row describe the direction of conventional current? Conventional current is from positive to negative, and direction of flow of free electron, it is from negative terminal to the positive terminal. So direction of conventional current from positive to negative. A and B are wrong. It is positive to negative, and direction of flow of free electron is from negative to positive. So C is right. 29 statement having C option correct. Moving to question 30, the graph shows how the resistance of thermistor varies with temperature. Okay, if temperature increases, temperature of thermistor, I'm basically talking about thermistor. If temperature of thermistor increases, remember its resistance decreases. It is not a case of wire. In wire, if temperature increases, resistance also increases. So you can see as temperature is increasing, resistance is decreasing. So the thermistor is at temperature 10 degrees Celsius and is connected in series with a fixed resistor of resistance 10 ohm. So 10 ohm resistor is connected in series with the thermistor. Means here I am having a thermistor and then here I am having 20 ohm resistor. So what is the resistance of this? We know temperature. So you have to go straight from 10 degrees Celsius till here. Then move from here till here. It is 80 ohms. So it becomes add. So it becomes series. Sorry, it is in series. So it becomes 100 ohm because they are finding what is the combined resistance of both components. So D is right option. Question 31. Each of the resistors in the circuit shown has resistance 6 ohms. You can see this circuit. What is the total resistance of the circuit? So these two are connected in parallel. How you come to know? Because here is a junction. This is a junction. So 6 ohm and 6 ohm are in parallel. We have to solve them by taking reciprocal 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6, and then you can take here the LCM. It becomes 1 plus 1 over R total. 1 over R total is equal to 2 by 6. Then R total is equal to 6 by 2, which is 3 ohm. Then this 3 ohm become in series with this. So 6 plus 3 is 9. But dear learner, remember, whenever two resistors are connected in parallel, these are parallel and having same resistance, it become half. Their total become half, which will be 3 ohm. Remember this. If it is going to be 9, then its half will be 4.5 ohm. Anyhow, it is C option. You can calculate by this way as well. Question 32. An alternating current AC generator is connected to an oscilloscope. The diagram shows the trace produced on the oscilloscope screen. This is the trace. What are possible angles between the plane of the coil? So this is a coil. Here we have magnet with north pole. Here we have magnet with south pole. When this coil will rotate, magnetic fields will cut. When magnetic field is going to cut, EMF is going to be produced. Why EMF is there? Because flux is produced. So, and the magnetic field direction at the time represented by points 1, 2, and 3. So, dear, here EMF is 0. If EMF is 0, it means the coil is vertical. Coil is in vertical situation. Coil is at a vertical situation means 90 degree. So, no field lines cut. No field lines cut. At point D means it is further rotated 90 degree. It becomes horizontal. This is having angle 180 degree and maximum lines cut. Maximum lines cut. So EMF is maximum. You can see. And then after 180, again you are having maximum but in negative side. It means 180, then it is here 270, and now it is at 360, or you can say at 0 degree. So at again it is horizontal but in opposite direction. So EMF is max here, but negative. Negative in direction. So that's why it is a wave which is going opposite. So maximum lines are cutting here. So we are not having the option of 360. So we will take 0 degree. So C is right, 90, 180, 0. So C is correct option. Moving to question 2033, a beam of beta particles traveling vertically downwards. You can see here, traveling downwards, enters the magnetic field between two magnetic poles. Magnetic field is from north to south, like this, like this, like this. So what you have to do, place your finger, first finger towards this direction. Beam of beta particle is having negative charge, so it means current is going opposite to this. So current is going up. This is current and this is field. The beta particle experiences force. Beta particle is experiencing force due to magnetic field. Okay, I'm writing here second finger because second finger, or you can say middle finger, represents to current. Here I am writing first finger, which represents to magnetic field. So open the first finger towards right. Open your current direction of middle finger upwards. They must have 90 degree with each other. 90 degree with each other. So what is the direction of force on a beta particle as it enters the magnetic field? So thumb is pointing into the page. If you open the thumb now, thumb points into the page. Thumb points into the page. Very simple question it is. You have to use Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule. Again, I repeat, place your first finger to the right, to the right, to the right, and middle finger should be upwards. And you will see that if you open your thumb is going towards the into the page. So C is right option. Moving to question 34. A step-up transformer is connected between power station and a long-distance electricity transmission cable. What is the purpose of step-up transformer, and does it operate using alternating current or using DC? So first of all, step-up transformer or step-down transformer, it work on AC. So these options are wrong, DC are wrong, current used is AC. So purpose of step-up transformer is to increase the voltage. But here they are talking about current. So if voltage is increasing, remember current decreases. Current decreases because if voltage is increasing, it means turns are greater. Turns are greater. If turns are greater, it means resistance is greater. If resistance is greater, it means current is smaller. So to decrease the current in the cable and AC, so B is right option. Each diagram shows the nucleus of an atom. You can see the diagram. Gray is proton, white is neutron. Which diagram shows isotope of same elements? Isotopes mean same proton number but different nucleon number. So we have to see which one is having same proton. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 1 and 4. So this is B option. This is B option. Okay, moving to next. A radioactive nucleus X decays to another radioactive nucleus. After a number of decays, a stable nucleus Q is produced. Okay. The proton number of X is equal to that of Q, the nucleon number of X is 4 times more than that of Q. So here we are having X. Here I'm having X. So for example, if I'm having it K30, which radiations are emitted to produce X? So X is actually changed to Q, and Q is having nucleon number less than 4, so it will be 26. Okay, but proton number is equal, so it means, for example, if I say this is here 20, it is also 20. So what we do, if alpha decays, all the options are of alpha. If alpha decay occurs, we know 4 and 2, but this time we are not having, okay, we are having this too. Okay, so it means equation is not balanced, 20, 20, and this is becoming 22. Okay, we say two alpha particles, not possible, one alpha particle and one beta. Beta is having -1, so still it is not balanced. So two alpha particle, one, no, two alpha are not possible because already we are having this proton number getting more increased one. So one alpha particle, two beta is possible, two beta, yes. So what is happening here? 20, this proton number is equal to 20, this one, plus 2 and -2. So these two cancel out, so we are left with this. So 36 D is best. One alpha decay is occurring with two beta particles. So question number 37. The graph shows the results of an experiment to measure the count rate of a radioactive isotope. Count rate is in per counts per minute. Time is in minute. Okay. What is the half-life of isotope? Half-life is what? Time taken to half the number of nuclei. So here we are having 1000. So its half is going to be 500 because these are going to be count rate of nuclei. So it becomes 500. So 500 is somehow like this. And if we move towards time taken, we have to find half-life is 60. Means after 60 minutes, elements of this isotope becomes half. So A is right. So question 38. During the fission, a nucleus of uranium-235 absorbs one neutron to produce two daughter nuclei and three neutrons. So what is happening here? That this is uranium-235. One neutron is going to collide with this, and it is going to form two daughter nuclei. This is two daughter nuclei. I name it as A and B. Okay, they are saying krypton is one. Okay, rather than K, I say krypton. Kr with 90. So, and it contains 92 nucleons. 92 nucleons. Okay, fine. So we are actually having here this neutron which is having 1. Okay, 1 0. So plus 3 neutrons are there, 3 like this. So how many nucleon does the other daughter nucleus will have? Okay, so it is actually 1 plus 235 here, and because it is going to be written like this, U235 90, and it is krypton having having krypton 92, so it is having 92 nucleons. So we are dealing with nucleons. Okay. And we are not known about B how many this nucleons will be. Plus 3 are here. So 92, and this is a question mark, so I say X plus 3. So 236, it will be 236 minus 92 minus 3. We will be getting the nucleon number of this other element, other isotope, or you can say daughter nuclei. So if we subtract this, we will be getting 141. So B is right option here. B is right. So moving towards the next question, the orbital speed of planet around Sun is V and its orbital period is T. Jupiter is further from the Sun than Earth. Okay, yes, Jupiter is far from the Earth and even from the Sun. Which planet has greater value of V and which planet has greater value of for T? So this is Sun, here one orbit, another orbit, and another orbit. So somewhere here, if I write, we have Mercury, Venus, Mars, sorry, Earth, Mars, then Jupiter, then Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So Jupiter is far from the Earth and even Sun. So greater the distance, greater will be orbital period. Greater will be orbital period. So it is Jupiter, and near the sun, near the sun, less will be the period, and more will be the speed, orbital speed, because v orbital is equal to 2 pi r by t. Less the time, greater the orbital speed. So it is Earth, which is near one, and Jupiter far one. So B is right option. Question 40. What is the Earth's position in the order of planets from the Sun? So remember this. My very excellent memory just save us, just saved us naming planets. So what it is going to be: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Uranus, sorry, Jupiter. I'm taking their first letter. Then Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, which is a dark planet. So, what is the Earth's position in the order of the planet from the Sun? So, Sun is somewhere here. So, first, second, and this is third. So, third closest planet to the Sun. Dear students, we are done with this paper. May June paper 1, variant 1 of 2025 of Cambridge O level 5054. So hope so this is clear. If you have any question regarding this paper or any question which is not clear to you, you can ask me. So hope so this is clear. Stay blessed.